Days, the House Republicans actually give John Boehner a harder time than they give me, which means orange really is the new black.
Oh, it is called the Nerd Prom, the White House Correspondents Dinner. One of the few times that the White House and journalists and covered get to come together for a night of fun and laughter. Laura Schwartz attended many of these dinners in the past while working in the Clinton administration. She was in D.C. this weekend for many of the pre-parties. How you doing?
Bet.
Always good to see you, my friend.
My voice is just coming back, Jose. If you and I would have been there watching night, we'd have just taken that city by storm.
Be running things, wouldn't we?
Oh, it was so much fun. This has become, this has been an annual tradition. The 100th anniversary was last Saturday night, and the White House Correspondents Dinner is that moment where those that cover the White House get to break bread with their sources, with other fellow reporters, with the White House, the cabinet secretaries, and politicos. But in the last few years, starting right around '93 with the Clinton administration, then it started going Hollywood, and it's just getting better and better since, which gives a bit more profile, to the Washington reporters.
Sure.
But at the same time, some of those old timers, Tom Brokaw will no longer go. He'll no longer go to the dinner. He thinks it's been too Hollywoodized, but it's a good time. It is a good time.
So I noticed this year a lot of the people like from Modern Family were there and all
yep.
that.
Well, the networks get a chance to say, hey, okay, so we're going to bring our sources. We got, 3 tables of 10. We'll bring our sources from the Pentagon, and then we're going to invite Modern Family. So it really is a fun time. Now, the big thing that's happening is the pre-parties are starting to take over the actual dinner itself.
So drop names. You went to the pre-party. Who you hang out with?
Well, I was there Friday. Politico, which did a joint event with HBO Films with Robert De Niro, but he asked me to call him Bob. I said, well, Mr. De Niro, you did a wonderful job on your new film, The Artist, with Robert De Niro Sr. His dad was a painter. He screened this amazing HBO 30-minute film that'll be on starting in June, and I said, call me Bob.
Wow.
I'm like, I don't know if I can call you Bob.
We could do that.
Yeah, I should have said, can I call you Bobby? But no. So it was Bob De Niro alongside Nancy Pelosi, and the other big thing is, and then I went over to the British Embassy, and the ambassador had a party. And at the ambassador of the British Embassy, it was the entire cast of Veep.
Wow.
On HBO. Okay. A lot of my friends who are on the Veep's office, like the real Veep. And so we were standing there at one of the many bars at that party, and I was introducing the Veep staff to their counterparts on Veep HBO because I absolutely love that show.
Yeah, that's kind of inside.
Yeah,
that's
from Julie Louis-Dreyfus and everybody. Yeah, so it was really neat because the ambassador's residence in Washington, D.C. is right next door to the Naval Observatory, ironically, where the VP lives.
Now, tell me just as we go, Laura, how has this dinner changed over the past few years? I mean, you went to what, 5 with the Clinton?
Oh yeah, I was. It was really a neat time. Well, the jokes I think are just as biting because it doesn't matter which administration's in power. This is the time to both make fun of themselves, show they have some humor, and really thank the press. The press is the watchdog on our government, and the dissemination may change and grow with digital media coming on the horizon or here right now. But you know what? They are responsible, just as all of you here at ABC7 every day. Thank God for you, because we wouldn't see the pictures coming out of Odessa, Ukraine. We wouldn't see the president's reaction to national security issues and our job and economics right here at home. So it's a time to maybe take one night, and celebrate each other. So Joel McHale had some pretty good jokes. Yeah, oh my gosh, Chris Christie got, so there's actually a flow chart because Washington, it's all flow charts. So Christie got the most jokes about himself, and then came CNN, and then came healthcare.gov.
Well, some people are upset because they're not joked about during this time. That means you're not hot. You're not relevant.
If you're hot, you're joked about. If you're not, if there are no jokes about you, you got to see what you can do in the next year, so that by next year at this time there could be something really biting about you.
Well, we're glad you went. Glad you had a good time. We're glad you're our insider.
Hey, I love being your insider, Jose, and coming home to ABC7 is like coming home. Just wonderful.
All right, one more time. Tell me about your book. You have a book.
Oh, Eat, Drink, and Succeed, which is exactly what they were doing on Saturday, which is what you do here and kick us off to do it every day. So thank you, Jose.
Thank you for being with us, Laura. You can find national stories like the White House Correspondents Dinner, ABC7Chicago.com. Always good to have our friend Laura with us, Judy.
I don't know. It feels like we sort of went.
We went.